Hey, Spuddies, and welcome to Civilization 6, where we plan to invade Vietnam, because that can't go wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have to invade Vietnam to prevent them from winning the game, but it's a high possibility that I may have to. So that's kind of what the plan is right now, is to, keep on keeping on with the normal stuff that we're doing, and just be ready for the possibility of war. Nice thing is we do get a good vision of the world, and it looks like most people had plenty of room, with the exception of what looks like the Netherlands. They've had a really, really bad game. Netherlands have had a terrible game. China's had a terrible game. Otherwise, everyone else seems to have done particularly well, especially Vietnam. But it's time to go into full science churn. So in cities like Salamanca, I'm putting the city on science focus, so they work as many of these science districts as possible. I could potentially get some more value out of this city if I were to focus on maybe getting a neighborhood up in here and getting a little bit more food, because it actually does have really, really good food surplus in here, even though we are working this scientific thing. So I mean, it's a question of, do I sacrifice a single campus research grant to get like a +5 neighborhood? I think that's actually okay. Yeah, I think I will, because that's a +5 neighborhood. I can get it in about 6 turns. So I lose one of these projects, but it actually allows the city to grow pretty quickly. Because if we check this city right now, it has an it has a massive penalty to its growth modifiers. It's getting 15% from amenities, and then a further 50% from the lack of housing in here. So if we take care of the housing, we're a little bit better off. It will be good for me to get ready some oil power plants here in the near future, but we won't have oil revealed for another tech or two. But once we do, we'll definitely look into switching over to some oil power. All right, Malaga is up online. We've bought all 3 of the citrus resources. Let's buy the granary and the monument in here, so we can immediately start a district. So we picked up steel, so we have extra combat strength in all our cities. We have walls everywhere. I could go for the Eiffel Tower. Maybe? I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth my time. We got our research lab in here. Let's prioritize working it. Otherwise, food and production is a reasonable thing to focus on. The city has a pretty good surplus of food as well, and there is a +5 neighborhood here that would give an extra adjacency to my campus. So you know what? For that extra adjacency, I will totally go for that neighborhood in here as well, and then immediately go back and do a bunch of campus research grants. And that's going to be basically the theme of this episode, is a lot of like science optimization, just making sure I'm not wasting food, making sure that my cities are getting their research labs, and once they do have their research labs, then we focus on science. This city has no surplus food. So I may put a food and science focus on. The city doesn't have housing, so maybe I don't need it. Do I bother getting myself a neighborhood in here? Probably not, and just let the city crank out for me. Although then again, this is where I create my olives. And it would be nice to plant some olives in a bunch of these cities so I can mass build builders to send towards Madrid. So instead, what I'm going to do with this city is not prioritize science. I'm going to prioritize food and production. I'll go ahead and buy the sewer in here so the city can grow. I'll throw down a quick neighborhood and then start creating olives. I'll need a builder over here too, but that shouldn't be too hard to get. Got more promotions, and for the very first time, I'm actually going to pick up Industrialist on Magnus. And now I'm going to send... Did I forget to get... I did forget to get a neighborhood in this city. But yeah, I'm going to send Magnus to Seville so that that city can now be a really, really strong place of power production, because it's currently powering a bunch of cities. It's producing 23 power. So if I give Magnus the better ability to power, we will consume less coal. And we're already consuming a little bit too much coal, and we don't quite have oil yet. So I just want to give myself a little bit of a coal buffer, so I'm not in over my head when it comes to coal. All right, there's refining. We have found oil over here. Let's get a builder to get that online. My builders are expensive, so I don't want to be making too many of them. There's more oil here, so I'll need a builder up there. That oil. I already got this copy of oil online, and that copy of oil. In fact, 2 of my it looks like 2 of my districts were built on oil. You were built on oil, and yeah, Aqueduct and Dam both built on oil. Well, I'm glad I settled these cities in the end. I got a Wonder built on some oil, and then, so yeah, I've got 3 copies of oil I gotta get online, so that shouldn't be too hard. Or rather, 2 copies. We have the seaport in here, we have the harbor. You're pretty much good to go. Time to slap out campus research grants, and we're above 700 science per turn. Now that is a feels good man moment. Nice, we have our flood barriers, so it's a good idea to go through here and just check what cities gotta build them. Like down here, for sure I need flood barriers, but that's gonna need military engineers to make that happen. Oh my god, what happened there? Did you see that? There was like a massive splash going on. Like the world flooded. I love that in the late game, sometimes the visuals kind of bug out a little bit. It's like when there's too much going on the map, the game is just like... It starts doing wild and random shit. Very, very close to unlocking nanotechnology and jet bombers. I may actually delay jet bomber because I might research that before I actually finish making my first tier bomber. And... she still does not have nanotech, although Menelik has built a spaceport and is also going for the moon landing. Our Continental Railroad is looking pretty good. I should probably link these cities up and maybe see if I can get a military engineer down here, because some of these cities over here... yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's get you over to there. I need to get some more railroads down here. I've got most of the continent pretty linked up, which means I can move units around very, very easily. I know it's not necessary to do railroad stuff, but I feel like it makes the game more fun, so I've been doing it a lot more in my games. I know it technically like hurts my ability to win because I'm spending so many resources on an unnecessary thing, but I don't care. I don't care that it technically is making my my game a bit worse. Contrary to popular belief, I don't care only about optimization. I care about having fun too, okay? I like building big, you know, productive cities. That's why I build industrial zones. Even though you can completely win the game without ever building an industrial zone, actually building one and winning is more fun to me. So that's this era over and done with, and we got our very first neighborhood and unlocked plastic, so our fishing boats are even better, which is great. There's mass media. We're very, very close to ideology, and unfortunately the map kind of loses its luster because we are now in a normal age. I mean, it is what it is. Now I could pick Heartbeat of Steam here, which seems pretty good because I am building a lot of late game buildings, so I will pick that up. And having a look at how well I'm doing, I don't think... the tourism victory stuff is actually kind of spooky. I may need to start trading aggressively with Gaul, because I think Gaul is the only one who's able to even remotely stand up to her, although Mavemba is also. I don't know, we'll have to see, because their culture numbers aren't really that high even compared to mine. I may have to like go to war with her, purely just to pillage her empire and make her weaker. I was hoping that it wouldn't be the case, but it may happen because I think it's going to be a very, very close game in a lot of ways. Let's just grab Curator on Pingala so that we get the era score from fully completing a governor. No other reason to do it, really. Alright, I think I have now a full monopoly over citrus and nearly amber. I'm missing this one amber over here. It's like right there. Let's make the amber monopoly a reality next turn by buying a settler. Plus I can get pretty good monopolies on these other 4 luxuries as well. And having a full monopoly is good because I think it gives you 50 or 40 gold per turn. So I'm making 65 gold from just having monopolies. Nice, we are going to be able to get Robert Goddard, who will give me a 20% boost towards space race projects, and I'll be able to use him twice. I'll probably have to use Fate to get Sergei Korolev, and Stephanie Kwolak I should be able to get no problem. So we'll be able to produce those late game space race projects incredibly quickly. We're going to have absolutely no problems here. Now that I have oil, I'm pretty sure this is the power plant consuming the most of any resource. This one's eating 4, this one's eating 2, and my capital one is eating 7. Even though I have like pretty damn good adjacency on here to where I'd like to keep a coal power plant in here, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to oil power purely so I can use up a resource that I have no other real use for. Because I am negative on coal and I don't want to run out of power. Ooh, I'm having loyalty issues in Bilbao, minus 11. So how do I take care of that issue? It's almost certainly about reassigning Victor there to buy me some more time. And then I guess I'll try to force grow the city with some traders. Looks like some more flooding happened. A bunch of tiles got flooded before the flood barriers could be made. But that's why I have these military engineers being cranked out, purely so I can more easily get those flood barriers built where they're needed. There's ideology, which opens up some new cards for me. Most importantly, I can plug in 5-year plan to get extra adjacency on my industrial zones as well as my campuses. And economic union will now work on commercial hubs instead of just harbors. Boom, there is the moon landing, giving me 10 times my science as culture, which means I just got about 7,600 culture, immediately finishing class struggle. Now we are going to go ahead and we will pick up capitalism, which maybe seems a little bit weird since we're going for communism. But yeah, we're going to pick up capitalism here so we can pick up the shopping mall, mostly for the 2 amenities in some of our cities, just so we can keep our amenities nice and high. Otherwise, we are basically rushing straight for the e-commerce card here for the 2 production and 5 gold from all of my trade routes. Let's go ahead and switch our government over to communism for that 10% science boost. We'll plug that card up here. We go ahead and grab ourselves the collectivization card for an extra 88 food and 44 production in our capital. Otherwise, just plugging in things like unit maintenance, extra logistics, stuff like that is fine. I would love more cards in this government, but we'll just leave it as. I totally forgot that I wanted to have a governor in my capital. So I guess it's time for Pingala to be moved to my capital. And I want a governor in my capital because of the communism innate ability, which gives you 0.6 production per citizen in a city with a governor. So this will just, you know, give this city a slight boost as well as a good bit of science and culture. First bomber is online. Let's get ourselves a couple of, as we planned. Did I not unlock aircraft carriers yet? Oh, there they are, combined arms. Right, well, I'll get that after the Mars mission. Let's quickly chop out another spaceport in Zaragoza just to be able to supplement our space race, and I'll probably get another one in Cartagena as well. Cartagena? I don't know how to pronounce that city's name, but listen, I'm doing my best. Boom, there's the Mars colony, and we have capitalism now as well, which is fantastic. I do really want the Royal Society. I'm not actually in a rush to launch the Mars thing, so I'll get my neighborhood, I'll get my Royal Society, and then I'll launch the Mars colony. But yeah, this city is so over its housing limit that it actually has just a full stop put on. I actually just cannot get more population in there. So cities like here could probably just use renewable power. I don't need to do anything else. One of my spies successfully evaded capture. Brilliant. So at least my spies aren't getting captured. It's really annoying when that starts happening because you have to start spending stupid amounts of money and the AI gets upset at you. I got my seaport over here. I reckon it's time to just science it up. Oh Jesus, why didn't I think of a tunnel in this mountain range before? I could like skip all the way down to here. Man, using Hercules to build spaceports is just always hilarious to me. I don't know what it is. It's just the idea of like this like I'm just imagining like the Disney Hercules just like running out of the forest and then like teleporting around an area like the Flash, and then there's like a modern spaceport just built there. I love that imagery. Boom, there's combined arms. We can get to work on an aircraft carrier if we so wish, and I do kind of want it, even if it's not necessary at all. It feels like a fun move to just grab one. Probably grab like 2 or 3 of them. Nice, they're smart materials, so we will immediately begin the Mars colony the second this Royal Society is finished. Man, these engineers combining together to build railroads, like, because if you get them to leapfrog each other, you can get like 4 rails in a turn, even through rough terrain. Mulan has died, so we got her epic. Let's keep guarding that spaceport. There's the space race. Might be a good idea to plug in space race here. I think veterancy is now a bit outdated. Infrastructure, it's not about building infrastructure anymore. It's about getting that infrastructure where it needs to be, i.e. like, or rather, we've already built all our infrastructure. It's about utilizing the infrastructure to win is the current goal. So that's why in here, for example, I'm going to start spamming out builders. I want those builders to be able to use the Royal Society building to win the game. I'm sitting on a ton of governor titles, not that I need them. May as well pick up Harbour Master. But yeah, look at this. My capital is nearly producing 200 production per turn, and that's even with negative amenities. I am going to go ahead and purchase a shopping mall in here to try to ease out that amenity problem, because that's 20 production I was missing out there. And it'd probably be a good idea to like get a water park maybe. Yeah, I think I want to spend 1 turn on the water park in the capital because that's a significant amount of amenities that I'm missing out on, which will allow me to continue to grow the capital, because the capital has like an absurd food surplus, by the way. It has a food surplus of 129, I think, or about 90 food surplus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Boom, there's globalization, so we definitely want to have that card plugged in. What do I give up though? That's the hard thing. I guess 5-year plan. 5-year plan is still so good though. That's the really hard thing. I can never find a place to plug this in when I go communism. It's an extra 46 production of my capital, so it's on par with collectivization here. I don't want to lose economic union. I don't want to lose 5-year plan. Man, it's hard. I mean, of all the cards I can lose, I think economic union is the most losable card, because I need the builder chart just to make sending builders to my spaceports efficient. I need 5-year plan to be able to get that extra gold and stuff from my campuses, and I need, well, I guess also 5-year plan could be plugged out, I guess. And technically, Economic Union is worth more production because that's actually a 99 production card as well because of my shipyards. So yeah, I like that. All right, we'll feed a builder in here, shave a turn off. We'll make sure we'll buy a builder every turn that we can. It'd be better if I had Liang over here. But I'm also trying to trade for production now. I'm getting 9 production per trade route, which is just insanity. It would be good to pick up professional sports. I wouldn't mind getting the Estadia, the Macana, and nuclear program. Don't need any of this stuff. Social media wouldn't be terrible. But I think we just go straight for near future governance. I like that. Social media wouldn't be terrible. Oh, how wrong I was. We need to wind back the clock on social media. And I say that as someone who makes a living on social. Does YouTube count as social media? I guess it does, right? I guess it does. You may not like it, but this is what peak social media looks like. You know, I am a bit baffled. A lot of kids these days, they just want to be like influencers. But I think they want to be influencers for, and I don't mean to be like judgmental here, but I think they want to be influencers for like the wrong reasons. Like, I've wanted to do this since I was like 14, 15. YouTube was barely a speckle in the eye of the internet at those times. But I wanted to do it just because I really liked the idea of playing video games as a job. Like that was my whole justification. It was like, all right, Potato, why do you want to be a YouTuber? And I was like, so I can play video games as my job. Which is like, I feel like that's the divide between like me and the Zoomer, and then the like really young Zoomer generation, is that I guess we grew up with video games, and the dream was to just be like, man, imagine if there was a job that you could play video games. And now it's like, I feel like they all people want to be, you know, influencers because of like, you know, the status of it or whatever. But that's just never been a motivation for me. I mean, it's a cool side effect, right? Because you have all these people that think really highly of you, and it's like, all right, that's kind of cool. I don't know what to do with that, but that's kind of cool. But yeah, you have video games to thank for the reason that I am here in your ears screeching about builders and settlers and all that sort of jazz. Boom. All right, 2 turns until the Mars colony is done. I think I was trying to grow Bilbao to get extra loyalty, so I'll do that. How's the wind condition coming along? I haven't checked in a while. Let's see. Well, she doesn't have nanotechnology and I do, and I'm about to launch the Mars colony. So I think I'm officially in the lead as long as she doesn't win a culture victory. She's still 2 techs ahead of me, but I'm making nearly 200 more science than her per turn. So I think we've brought it back from the brink. Let's buy that zoo. Just really struggling to keep my amenities afloat here. I might switch this city over to nuclear power. It has really, I might switch both of these cities over to nuclear power so that my nuclear power plants can hit a bunch of cities. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will go to nuclear power, which means I need to actually search for uranium. So I've got a uranium over here. Do I have a builder in the area that I could maybe use? I'd have to buy one. Bit of uranium there. I'd buy a settler to get that. Finally, my engineers have arrived down here to help build the flood barrier. That's why I set up these railroads, is so I could send my guys all over the world to build those flood barriers. And it worked out pretty well for me, actually. I'm very satisfied with the decision I made. Boom, Mars colony launched. I'm officially in the lead for the science victory. Vietnam is going to beat me to Korolev. I'm going to go ahead and purchase him right now, so I can use him on the next space race project. Buy the Ferris wheel, buy the aquarium, and I'll buy the aquatic center soon. I guess I can 1-turn the aquatic center. It does give me 3 amenities in total when powered. Need to start thinking about where I'm going to build the estadio. I can't build it in Zaragoza. What about over here? How's your production? 54 production. Maybe make it work if I got a few trade routes in here. I'd have to buy that stadium next turn. Yeah, I think I can make that work. All right, 1 engineer, 2 engineer, and 3 engineers. We almost finished that flood barrier in a single sequence of chopping. All right, so let's come in here. We'll cancel those builders. We will switch to nuclear power. Should be very viable. And then we'll come in here and we'll do the same thing. Convert to nuclear power. It'll take about 8 turns, but it is worth it, I think. Because like if you look at a nuclear power plant, it gives you 4 production and 3 science across every city that is hit by it. And because we have the extra range on these boys, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities essentially hit by those. Same with over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. So you take this number here, the 4 production multiplied by 7, that's like 28 production and 18 science, 21 science. I don't know, maybe my maths is a bit off, who knows. We got the aquatic center. Let's launch the Exoplanet expedition. Where is my boy? There you are, Sergey. Come on over to Madrid, finish that project for me. Boom, there's the flood barriers completed in here. Very nice. I think it was only protecting the capital tile of that city, but whatever. Colossus Construction Supplies. You want to buy my goods? I reject your purchase. I probably should go through and like sell off all my luxuries. Alrighty, so you'll pay 20 gold for those, you'll pay 20 gold for those, you'll pay 2 gold for those. That's not good enough. Oranges and these. 4 gold? Really? People don't want to buy my citrus? Alright then, you don't get my citrus. Oh nice, we can get some cosmetics. Or we can use... okay, Gaul is going to get that one. Although theoretically I could purchase that with Faith if I wanted the trade route capacity, but it's not a big deal. Builder... I think what we do in A Coruna is we purchase the stadium. We get working on the Estadio, and I'll buy the stadium over in Zaragoza next. But for now, alright, Korolev finished the the Exoplanet expedition, so we're officially on the win condition now. We have launched the Exoplanet, so we win in 50 turns or less. And my hope is less. What's that? You're trying to lose the game. Nice, we get Stephanie Kwolek. Very, very good. My spy was captured, which feels bad, man. Ooh. She's going to get Carl Sagan. I really wanted him, but I can accept losing him because I got some of the other guys who are good. So I'll pop Kwolek in here. That's 100% production towards space race projects. Boom. Popped down Mecha, weirdly enough. All right, we're down to building Mecha. I've settled so many cities that I don't think it's like registering my official name anymore. But there's a little bit more uranium. That's going to help with the powering that we're going to be doing here soon. Boom and boom. I'd like another military engineer down here. Some mechanized infantry here. You know what? You could just stay there. Do your thing. I'm not going to interfere. Make a corporation. Will be the Pearl Necklace of Friendship Corporation. Oh, it's not long enough. Company. I don't know why. Dumb little jokes like that, they just bring me joy. I guess it's because of, silly little, goofy, childish jokes that don't hurt anybody. They never stop being funny. All right? This is my giga hot take of this series. Dumb, childish jokes that don't harm anyone. They don't stop being funny. You may not like it, but it's true. Man, do I love the power of railroads. That is speed right there. It's an awful lot of micromanagement to get your railroads up, but I think it's moderately rewarding. It's very fun. It's fun to do. Let's have a look. We're up to 270 production in my capital. We've got 26 housing. We're growing a population every 2 turns, which is why I'm cranking out these neighborhoods. Let's have a look at the appeal map mode. I want at least neutral appeal or better. Can I get better appeal there? Probably. I swap some tiles here. Yeah, I'll take a few tiles off your hands there, sir. We're officially cranking out nuclear power now. We're only using 2 uranium to power this entire sector of my economy. Now, there is the risk of the reactor meltdown, but, I never heard of Spain having a reactor meltdown problem, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be fine, and we're going to have 0 issues. There's never been a problem with nuclear power. No, sir. Nuclear power is the power of the future, especially considering it's 1785 AD. Right, we got our aircraft carrier, well, our first aircraft carrier with planes in it, and I don't think we need to kill Vietnam, so we could just go chill out with that. But we have it if we need it, or if we wanted to use it. We could just go bomb their coastline, kill 2 of their tile improvements every turn, which honestly is kind of tempting because that's actually really fun to do. It's like game ruining if you do it to someone. All right, we could build robotics. Hercules died. It's okay, it wasn't his time anyway. All right, we've traveled 4 light years. Not bad. A little bit confused here. Why can't I build a mine here? I need flood barriers. That's why. Well, let's get a couple of military engineers. That's a builder, not a military engineer. Well, that's a mistake. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and buy myself a stadium. Lots of amenities. Stadiums are great, man. 3 amenities in AoE near your cities. It's like this city is +7. The city... You should have updated. Come on. Yeah, look at that. +2. Now my amenity problem. We check our cities now, we are slowly but surely creating a happier empire. More and more of my cities are becoming content. Now, I do still have lots of cities that are unhappy, but a lot of these are like underbuilt cities. But the nice thing is I'm not really experiencing that many growth penalties except in like very, very, very developed cities. Okay, I don't think many more population in here makes sense because I'm basically working everything I can. I do think an encampment makes sense though. Should probably hire a unit over here and see if we can't get rid of this barb camp with this mechanized infantry. All right, let's have a look at see how this World Congress shakes out. So Teddy Roosevelt won the trade policy, pearls got blocked from amenities, Teddy Roosevelt got the diplomatic victory, and the World Games has in fact passed. Teddy Roosevelt must have a lot of diplomatic victory points. He's up to 13. People will start voting him down now. Let's see, anyone I want to recruit. John Roebling is pretty cool. I would have liked Abdus Salam like previously, but I've already researched basically everything in the information era that I need. Chop and Chopperoo got more Mary Shelley eyeglass frames created by Totally Ethical Turtle Meat Corporation. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this Colonial game went. I've really had an absolute blast playing. We did just hit 1,000 science as well, by the way. But yeah, there's just been something really satisfying. There is just something satisfying about managing a big, sprawling empire, or you start out small and then you do a big expansion. And It's nice that it's possible in Civ now, because I feel like it wasn't possible really previously, and now they kind of, you know, they added the mechanics and the game stuff that was required to make this sort of a game a possibility. And I think it would be really cool to do like a multiplayer colonial game where like everybody is playing some sort of water civ, or, you know, who gets a benefit from this kind of thing. We all start off on one continent, and then we all know that one of the continents is uninhabited, and so there's a little bit of a race to the new world. That'd be really cool in my opinion. Now that we're entering the home, we're entering the home stretch of the game, so it's kind of about the time where I start like deactivating all my units. I put them onto like sleep mode. We've already traveled 9-10 light years. That's basically all she will be writing today, boys. Boom, Madrid has hit 25 population, and we get some era score out of that. We also picked up seasteads and some extra pearl thingies. Ah, there's off-world mission. Exactly what we were looking for. Speed up that science race. How are we doing, by the way? Alright, she hasn't launched her Exoplanet expedition yet, and culturally she's winning in 9 turns. Oh, Jesus Christ. We just hit DEFCON 11. Christ, why wasn't I checking that? Manhattan Project, immediate surprise war. Purchase another... where are they? Where are the aircraft carriers? Oh God, where am I? There they are, okay. Another aircraft carrier. Where are those planes that I had? There's one of them. Rebase to that aircraft carrier. Rebase to that aircraft carrier. I did pick up jet fighters, right? I did not. Jet bombers. All right, let's stop off for jet bomber tech. Let's get some units heading back over to become an actual navy to start fighting Vietnam. And we're not looking to actually kill her here. We're looking to do damage to her empire and slow her down somehow. I was not expecting her to be this close to winning. This is going to be actually a very, very close race, which I don't think anyone saw. I thought, well, maybe you saw it coming, but I thought I'd be winning a lot sooner than this. Right, I heard a spy mission go off somewhere, and it looks like they spawned partisans here in my capital. It's a bit of a problem for me because I didn't have a military, but I do have bombers, so there is that. Now, the unfortunate reality is that this will mean that I lose a turn of bombing Vietnam, but declaring war on her is a good idea because it'll make it easier to deal with her culture pressure. It'll slow her down. So that's why I did it. All right, we got ourselves a nuclear submarine here. Yikes. Spent all my gold trying to defend my capital, so I can't upgrade anything. Let's see if we can't pick up some gold here. Could pick up 200 gold for that. And this is really nice because if I just want raw gold, I could just click these arrows, sort by like the top trade deal. Like I can queue all these up, right? And then just click the down arrow here and I get like raw immediate gold. So I've got all these luxuries extra here. Pick up as much raw gold as humanly possible. Lots of trading happening. Okay, we just picked up about 2,000 gold from doing that. Is there anything I could sell? Now, these aren't really worth that much. Anyone want to buy my uranium? Yeah, looks like there are people out there. All right, we've got 2,000 gold in the bank. Let's try to make it count. Destroyer. Submarine, you get inside the city, you back up, trade for production. These are decisions that do not matter to me. These are decisions that do matter. The aircraft carrier can melee attack. However, I do not recommend you do that unless you're like memeing on someone to capture cities, specifically to farm experience on them. I'll have jet bombers next turn. Be good to get a couple jet fighters too. I'd like to buy another aircraft carrier if I could. Got this battleship. He could become a missile cruiser. I will turn you into a missile cruiser actually. All right, that's a lot of nuke subs. A lot of nuke subs. We have jet bombers. Here's the thing. I may have to sacrifice a unit here. Yeah, unfortunately missile cruisers have air defense, so it is imperative that I get these guys to be jet bombers. 10 turns until they win. So declaring war definitely helped because it lowers the amount of tourism pressure they can get on me. Not enough gold in my treasury for that. I'd love another destroyer. Let's see if we can sell stuff. Don't want to sell aluminum. Anyone want to buy some of my coal? Here we go. Congo will spend 700 on my coal. No one else wants coal. What about anything else? Any strategics? You'll pay quite a bit for all of these, but you have no more raw gold. So I'll take it as gold per turn. That's fine. All right, boom. Another destroyer. Be able to start jet bombing next turn. We can conservatively start ranged attacking with this guy. He'll probably get killed, but that's okay. My aerodrome over here was damaged. It was pillaged by these guys. Start mass making destroyers on the coast. But don't tell me I don't deliver exciting games, all right? Okay, it's down to 10 turns. I've got, this is like that save file the devs gave us. I've traveled 15 light years. They've got 10 years until they win. This is going to be down to the wire. This is going to be a down to the wire kind of game. And I like it. All right, we killed a sub. It was worth it. I don't remember why I have this modern tank, but thanks to the railroad, I can get all the way over here and fight this random mechanized infantry who decided to pillage my campus. Okay, I was expecting those deaths. I'm just really hoping I don't get nuked in my capital. That would be the game ender. All right, jet bombers, start doing your work. Look at that, two-shotting these boys. I think our jet bombers did take hits. They didn't even take hits. Perfect. We do want to hit that missile cruiser. They are trying to defend. Got a destroyer here. Need a little bit more gold for that missile cruiser. I can kill you though. These aircraft carriers are very, very vulnerable, so I want to be careful. Keep them safe. Exodus Imperatus. Cities or spaceport gain aluminum and power. Yes, please. I really want that card. More aluminum means more good things. Need to spend these randomly. Oh, giant death robot. All right. Those are fighting words, sir. I mean, if you want to play with giant death robots, you better be ready for me to bring the pain. Because now that you have one, I need to have one. They are too good at defending. Oh, there's a nuclear submarine to that in that tile that I wanted to retreat to. Well done. Get him killed. Let's see how Vietnam responds. Let's vote that down in the hopes that it does not pass. All right, it looks like they're so close to winning. That's not good. My only hope is that this war is like a distraction. Let's be careful. All right, we bombed them. Now, my worry is that there's an enemy unit hiding beyond the fog of war there. Kill that tank. Tanks are easy prey in the water, thankfully. We'll use you to give this guy a promotion. That'll give me an extra aircraft slot. I'll do the same for this aircraft carrier, and I'll almost certainly be working on getting more aircraft. Speaking of, pair of jet fighters. I think is what the sir has ordered. Yeah, I might just buy them. Never mind. They're very, very expensive. Get our first jet fighter. And jet fighters are great because they have really good reach, and you can use them to scout for your bombers and fight enemy planes. And they're better at attacking units. There's just a lot of reasons you want to have jet fighters. All right, we can get genes, and we can get housing and amenities in a couple turns. Can I get someone to declare war on them? Let me have a look here. You, Ethiopia, join my ongoing war. 165 gold per turn to get him to join the war. Hang on. Join my war. You? How do you feel about joining my war? 120. So I'm getting people to declare war on Batra, which should lower her overall tourism. The only problem is, I'm just still not going fast enough. I mean, I'm okay with losing this game because I had a lot of fun and it was a pretty, like, gimped game. All right, so jet fighter. Oh, they don't have enough uranium. Yes. The cybernetic beast is weakened. It's vulnerable to our attacks. We must pummel the beast. Can we kill it? Oh, shit. I guess I'm sacrificing a quadrireme for this. Boom. Have you ever killed a giant death robot with a quadrireme? I don't think so. The fuck, there's another one. Jesus. Well, at the very least, we are making progress. Alright, we did the Manhattan Project. Let's get the nuclear devices up. She's winning in 4 turns. Oh, God. Please, for the love of all that is holy in the world. Yeah, we gotta go for evasive maneuvers on most of our bombers here. So we lose a turn of bombing, but we do gain resilience against the anti-air of the giant death robots. There's 2 giant death robots now. All right. Now there's 2 of them. Jet fighters doing work to clear out this nonsense. I'm surprised I might not win this game. Like, it's a genuine surprise. I thought I had it in the bag, more or less, for a long-ass time. All right, 3 giant death robots. Where are you getting the production for this? Get rid of that rocket arty. Get rid of that machine gunner. Directly attack him. 2 turns until my own giant death robot's up. 2 turns until I do Exodus Imperative. Oh man, this is so tense. Oh, I lose. Oh man, I haven't lost a game in the late game in ages. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I screwed around a lot this game. And I should have trusted my instincts and gone to war with Vietnam a lot earlier. And I should have retooled my entire empire to go to war. That was just me being overconfident, really. That's all that was. I was overconfident. And I lost the game because of it. Now, to be fair, I went for a meme strategy, and Vietnam, like, snowballed like crazy. And also, I didn't really, like, try to win that hard. Like, there's many, many points in this game where I'm doing meme stuff that, like, is absolutely not helping me win. Like, actually getting tourism this game actively made me lose as well, because I stole 24 tourists from Gaul, which means, or from Congo, which means she had to steal 24 less as well. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff like that where the fact that, you know, the way I basically played to sabotage myself. And this is actually the fastest I've ever seen the AI win. Like a turn 287 win is pretty crazy. They must have snowballed so hard off of China. I should have absolutely committed to the idea of going for the world police. Here's the thing. I actually correctly identified how I would lose this game, and then I did nothing about it. That's the problem here. I was just lazy, and I thought I could win by brute forcing an exoplanet mission, and I actually got fairly close because I was but it just wasn't enough. I really should have had. I should have had this Air Force up and running earlier. I should have maybe had this continent, because what is this continent doing? It's doing a lot of projects, right? I could have had a stream of units flowing in to damage Vietnam's economy. I should have prioritized getting this aluminum online earlier. There's a lot of stuff I could have done better. I should have been trading more with the AI, but really this was just about me not respecting Vietnam. But I had a ton of fun playing this game, even losing. And you know what? Every now and again I gotta lose a game. It keeps watching things interesting. But in theory, I should have won this game had I played slightly differently and not let Vietnam run away with the game so much as I did. I probably should have declared war on them earlier. I should have got more people to declare war on them earlier. And I should have had a bigger air force. I should have been building my own giant death robots. I have the uranium for it. Like, I can get more uranium down here. I should have been prioritizing the Manhattan Project. I should have been nuking them. Should have been doing everything. So yeah, this is just a loss. This is a hubris loss, right? I thought I had the game in the bag and I was being lazy instead of, really trying. Really trying and making sure that I did everything I needed to do to win. But hey, you know what? Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. That's life. I enjoyed the game. I love you all very much, and I hope you guys enjoyed the game too. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.